Hi everyone, welcome back to GoLocal Live. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel. Thanks for tuning in to kick off your weekend this Friday afternoon in a sunny downtown Providence. Would like to welcome back a familiar face, Robin Garceau with Robin Garceau Interiors. Thank you for coming in today.
Always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure catching you when you're not jet-setting around the world and the country, looking for the best and newest trends in interior design. I want to talk with you a little bit about High Point. We haven't had the opportunity to discuss what took place in North Carolina. We did catch you after Paris, but a little different feel and look for a High Point versus a Paris.
Definitely. Paris is very calm and cultural. You walk through the city, the showrooms are dispersed throughout the city. You can take a minute for self-fulfillment and just, appreciating the culture there. And then Nashville was after that, and that's a bustling city. It was a lot of fun, but the antique show there was fabulous and awe-inspiring. But High Point is, there's really not a whole lot to do in High Point when I go. It's literally about 2 million square feet of showrooms.
So it's all about the show.
It's all about the show. It is fast-paced. It's you immerse yourself in the industry. There is nothing else but design there.
And so talk with us a little bit about the trends that you saw at High Point. Let's talk neutrals versus color.
Yes, so everybody, all the higher-end designers really are showing more neutral tones, although they are integrating subtle color. There's this really beautiful color that's introduced this year. It's almost like a teal, a subtle dusty teal with an undertone of a blue. Really, really pretty. I think all the bold, strong colors are definitely making their way out, and it really is very neutral, subtle tones of color.
And what do you recommend to clients, especially when you come back from these shows and you know the new trends? Do you suggest they maybe incorporate a few pieces? Because go back 2 or 3 years ago, the look and feel was different. I mean, do some people want to be completely on point with where things are and then completely change it over in a couple of years? Or do your clients say, maybe I need a little update. Maybe I do want a few new pieces to freshen up this room.
Yeah.
What do you see from your client base when they're looking to say, well, what's happening in 2019 and how do I incorporate it in my living space?
Right. It's very difficult if you have a new build, new construction, and it's taking a while to do that. If you're doing a renovation, or even if you're just doing a room refresh, you want to know it's current, because either you're integrating it with what you have or you're redoing and doing new. And I've talked about this before, where you're designing forward. And you want to, you don't want to look dated as soon as you do it. You want to be able to design forward and know it's going to last for a very long time. And that's the reason I go to all of these different events, because, Paris, when you're in Paris, it doesn't even show up in especially New England, for months at a time. So, and in High Point, you're right on trend at the current moment. So it's really interesting.
And speaking of High Point, you might have a unique opportunity for people. You come back, you explain what happened during the trip, but you kind of want to bring folks into the fold and to see things firsthand.
Right. So High Point has always been, and still is, a trade-only show. They never used to allow designers or people to bring guests with them. It really was strictly for the trade. So some of my showrooms now are allowing me to start to take clients with me, but what I've decided to do is not only offer it to clients, but also maybe students. Somebody reached out to me, she's really excited about going, has never been there, doesn't know about, what to do when you're there. So, or even design enthusiasts, you can go there, you can sit on 1 million sofas, you can see 1 million chairs, you can piece things together, you can design your own furniture. It is everything you would want to see in interior design. The problem is if you just go there, number one, you can't get into the showrooms without being in the trade. And number two, There's so much to see. It's worse than Disney World. You have.
In sort of a good way. I don't envision the line.
Oh my God! You could go there for 4 days straight out and come back and not have any idea what you just saw. So my offer is now that I'm going to start to bring small groups down to High Point. It's difficult to get hotel rooms. You want to do it in a way where you accomplish something. I'll curate a strategy moving forward, who you're going to see, what you're going to do, go to parties, meet international designers, go to some seminars, learn something new.
I mean, you really have the inside scoop, and you're sort of that entree into, as you said, everything that High Point is.
Right.
And if you're interested and you're watching and you are intrigued by everything Robin's putting forward, you can sign up for her newsletter.
Yes, yes. So you can go on my newsletter and on my website and sign up for my newsletter. You can message me or email me. You can do that as well. What I've started to do too was, because of all of this travel, I've decided to put out something new. It's, number one is the vault. When I was in Paris, I brought back a lot of nice, very reasonably priced pieces that you can put in your home. Like, enough with the home goods, enough with the fake stuff. Let's get into something meaningful in your home,
So
something
you
beautiful.
curated some pieces for this vault.
Yes. And
that you're going to be introducing to clients.
I am. And right now it's on my Instagram page, Facebook. It's not on my website yet, and we're slowly introducing some of the product on there. So you definitely want to jump on Facebook and Instagram. I also introduced last month in my newsletter design gems and lifestyle gems, which is fun. It's just fun pieces of things that I've brought back with me. It's maybe places and design ideas to share, design products. Last month it was Newport. I went into a couple of different places and I put those in last month's newsletter. And also this month it's about the Amalfi Coast. Ooh. So it's what you can find design-wise in the Amalfi Coast, and a great restaurant. If you're traveling there this summer, you have to go there. So it's a little bit of everything from my travels and my experiences that I just want to start sharing and getting out there for you. And it's really, really fun. So definitely jump on my Instagram, Facebook, go on my website, sign up for my newsletter, and there's a lot of fun information on there.
A lot of fun, inspiration, and expertise, so be sure to sign up for those. Look forward to having you in the future, but I appreciate your coming back, telling us about High Point, telling us about the trips being planned. And of course, hopefully, we'll have you back in soon.
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay, Robin Del Sesto Garceau. Don't go anywhere. We still have 2 guests here talking about some big town battles on GoLocal Live. We'll be right back.